Hello, lovely viewers and listeners. You're welcome to another episode of GBH regular podcast. We are here today with a valued client of ours who has quite a number of questions for us. We would like him to ask us every question bothering him about shipment to enable us to explain for other clients to also understand certain things they go through when it comes to shipment.
What measures have you put in place for damaged items or, lost packages? There are some packages, they are big packages that comes in and then, you get to know that, everybody be our say. What measures do you have or have you put in place for such cases? Okay. Because I've had a couple of instances maybe I'll buy now I say on your small package. Okay. And under them, how do you deal with that?
Okay. Thank you for your question, but I want you to clarify your question for me. So what can say? Is it that it was a breakable item and it got broken, or it's a perishable item and it got spoiled? I want to understand the context.
They do our actual box, they're fragile, so a breakable.
All right. Thank you for your question and clarity. Okay, so when it comes to our terms and conditions, we stated that if you have a fragile item, you need to place it in a wooden frame. That's the duty of the principal. It should be placed in a wooden frame to prevent breakages because the service provider will not be liable if you don't go according to what has been stated. We have quite examples to give. There was a lady who had a mirror and it was in a wooden frame. But when it arrived in Ghana, it was broken. In such instance, we make sure the right thing is done. She abided by the terms and conditions, and the item which was in the wooden frame was still broken. Therefore, we had a meeting with her. We explained to her, we asked her if when she was picking up at her premises, she checked the content or to see if everything was intact before she took it home, because it's also stated in the terms and conditions that the principal is supposed to check the item before taking it to their homes. If you leave here with the item and get home and tell me it's broken, how would I know it got broken here or it got broken when you were on your way going home?
And nyama bebre sometimes one goose bebre over. Maybe or them check in okay. Why delivery now why delivery because my experience is some similar thing. Why delivery ma'am. Okay. Na me around later me buy and me check bibiana. Ibia pile. Okay. Nti dam no, how will you know that ibia or one war fault another maybe fault, you know?
Yeah, so not to cut you short on what you said, but with that particular lady, despite we asked her all those questions, we had a conversation with her and we replaced the item for her. We replaced it, but because she didn't check the state of the item before leaving our premises, we negotiated with her that we are paying 50%, she pays 50%, which she understood and she agreed.
That's still a loss for somebody like me, but in the end, I think they will emphasize on things like this so that they will be visible, so that people can be aware. Do you get it? Because I think what terms and conditions they Nyobiana to me read them because it's a very long file. They will breaking it down so that people can get it. I know sometimes I remember now something like this has happened now. We catch them there or there when 50-50 the goods are not for me, they are for some people because people ship through us and then we use the service of GBH. And see, it will be some kind of way.
Okay.
And for in such a situation, there woman war adverts, or a very clear with terms and conditions, so that people can be aware. Maybe I'm okay, maybe a situation they know what happened now. 50-50, I'm aware already.
Okay.
And see, that's just by the way.
Because when you're giving out updates and we realize, especially televisions like this, we are giving out an update and we realize that it's not in a wooden frame. The moment we give the updates, we alert you that we need to put the television in a wooden frame.
Okay.
So if the clients refuse to do that, and the package arrives in Ghana, we are not you can't hold us responsible for it.
Okay.
So the moment I give you an update and realize that it's a fragile item, we alert you to put it in a wooden frame. And our warehouse, they can do that on your behalf, but it comes as a cost.
Okay.
Yes. So
and with all this, is it part of the terms and conditions? Are people aware of all this?
Okay.
Yes, I think recently we were able to highlight the key points in the terms and conditions.
Okay.
And always we use for our stats, and we also use on our social media and everywhere. Yes. So yes.
I think it should, because I seriously I don't know. I have no idea of. That's why I'm asking. And then let me conclude with. I think I have some few questions, but let me just conclude with this. Or you have something to
let me
say.
Add a bit to what my colleague said.
All right.
You see, with the breakages, we always, even in our terms and conditions, we say that put them in a wooden frame. If before the package gets to our warehouse, it's not broken, our warehouse team in China, they actually screen it and they know that yes, the thing is not broken, and they ship it out. When it gets to Ghana and it's broken, probably we know that it actually got broken within our shipment process.
Yes.
For that one, we will be liable for it.
How will you know? That's
yes,
okay.
that's why I'm saying that our warehouse have to check it when it comes from your supplier. We'll check it to know what is it broken, is it in a good shape before we accept it.
Okay.
After accepting it, if it should come to Ghana, by the time you receive it is broken, we ask you for the invoice the supplier gave you. If you want us to ship another one from China, we can actually buy it and then bring it to you. But no matter what it is, we will actually have to come into consensus. Then we'll pay you out. But if it's broken before you go to our warehouse, we'll let you know that the thing is broken before you go to our warehouse, provided it's in a wooden frame. But if it's not in a wooden frame and you decide to ship it like that, and it comes to Ghana, it gets to Ghana, and it's not in a wooden frame, it's not well protected, and it gets here, even if it should even break in our warehouse, we will not be liable for it, because we told you it's well stated in our terms and conditions that it should be in a wooden frame.
Okay. So don't you think you should also keep an eye on the people you work with, especially with those of them who do the offloading?
Yeah.
Because in the course of that, a lot of things happen. I've witnessed some before. I mean, the package will arrive safely, and then in the course of offloading, damages will happen. And then you will turn and then tell me that because I didn't put it in a frame, you see, okay. And you have to keep an eye on 1 hour offloading also, so that issues like this will not be too much.
Okay, Mr. Godama, thank you very much for that. It's not that we take a very good look at when we are offloading. We are very careful when we are, and then even these days we offload it in the machines we use for forklift and other stuff in offloading. So it's not that it's not much of human power when we are offloading. So
machines can equally cause problems.
Yes, but that is something we are very careful because of issues that it's heavy. The person is raising it. At the end of the day, he leaves it and then it gets broken. So but these days, most of the stuff we do are mostly machines, forklifts. We have the trolleys we use to offload. So it's more professional now than before. Okay. So we handling it here. It's something that we take a very good look at it. Okay. Yes. So it doesn't. The boys who are offloading are well trained guys. They are not just like people we pick up from the streets to they are people who are well trained, well educated when they are offloading.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.